When they are ready for that, they will also visit the dark spheres, where the humans live who do not yet have any light within themselves, who do not yet feel any love for the other life. This human being is not yet occupied with spiritual love. He only looks at the body, at the earthly material, and he does not yet bother with his inner life, with his life of feeling, with his inner light. The only things which exist for him are what he can see with his material eyes. He looks at his fellow human being as he looks at a thing, an object of desire. He finds that other people keep on interrupting his concentration in order to depict the earthly beauty. His egoism does not radiate a true light. If we could see his radiance as a spiritual aura, we would stay far away from it. He is only tuned into his own pleasure. He tries to impose his will on other people in order to use them as stimulation for his lust. He does not ask himself how another person feels, but he only looks for ways of satisfying his own needs. He used all his life energies in order to selfishly increase his material possessions and his personal fame at the expense of other people. He ran down his health step by step, and his body now presents him with the consequences. He was controlled by his material possessions. He preferred not to think that he would later have to leave everything behind, and that he did not build any spiritual possessions. His deceased mother would like to help him, but she is powerless. He does not absorb her loving spiritual energy. He is not open to spiritual love. He only wants earthly possessions. He only used his painting talent to flatter his own vanity, but it led to the destruction of other people and himself. Even on his deathbed, he is still unbearable. Being dependent on other people makes him rebellious. After all, he wants to control everything himself. He now loses that control, but his whole life of feeling is tuned into his earthly body. That body is the means to be able to live the high life, to become famous, to possess. What is he without his body? He has not yet started with his spiritual life. He has only fed egotistical feelings. Those feelings can be seen as the aura of his spiritual body. Because his feelings continue to be tuned into his earthly body, the fluid cord cannot break at the moment when death sets in. His whole life of feeling has been entangled with the material life. He needs months to pass on his feelings to the spirit, and it's only then that the fluid cord will be able to break in a natural way. When he awakens as a spirit, he sees the earthly reality as if in a mist. He only sees his own earthly body more keenly because he is only tuned into himself spiritually. He feels that he can no longer return to his body because that body has died. However, he also feels that he cannot remove himself from his body because the fluid cord stops him. His whole life of feeling is still entangled with the earthly material. Because of this, he begins to realize what awaits him. He is riveted to that body, which will soon be slid into the oven. He tries to convince his next of kin to stop the cremation, but his screaming is no longer heard. During his earthly life, he chose cremation, not knowing what kind of spiritual suffering would await him. Now he realizes that he will feel himself being burnt alive. The fluid cord passes on radical changes in the earthly body to the spiritual body. No spirit of light can help him because he has brought himself into this situation by means of his own will. Dying is being born in the spirit. There are painful deliveries and births that radiate a natural harmony. The working of the fluid cord can be compared to the working of the umbilical cord, a connection through which life energies flow. Every birth gives the soul a new chance to give love to everything that lives.